Judge Ingram has recused herself from the Young Thug YSL RICO trial. The current judge presiding over the case now is Paige Reese Whitaker. I thought if this judge was going to recuse herself, it was going to be for another reason, but this goes back to when Christian Eppinger, or YSL Briss, was having a sexual relationship with one of the court deputies. Yes, and the court found out that he was talking to the deputy through his lawyer's laptop. I covered this months ago, probably like 8 months ago, I don't even know. Ingram said the deputy's relationship with Christian Eppinger could create an appearance of impropriety and issued an order recusing herself and asking that the case be reassigned. Whitaker is a former Fulton County prosecutor who also worked at the state attorney general's office. I would imagine no judge wants to touch this case because of how big of a fucking disaster it's going to be, and it's going to take up a year or two of their life. The workload doesn't really matter, but that'd be in the back of my head. So here's Judge Ingram's order of recusal. On or about June 1st, 2023, so a little over a year ago, Christian Eppinger, one of the 18 co-defendants, was severed from the ongoing YSL RICO trial and the criminal action that was recently transferred to this court by random assignment. Although there was no severance order in the record, the court was apprised of the circumstances that directly led to Eppinger's severance. More specifically, the deputy assigned and responsible for the courtroom and personal security of the undersigned for nearly 6 months was arrested. Said deputy was still assigned to this court at the time of her arrest. It's accused of colluding with defendant Eppinger during the current state to commit a felony and endangering the safety of citizens within the Fulton County Courthouse. Because this deputy could be called as a witness in any future proceedings in this case, the court may be called upon to assess the deputy's credibility or rule in any matters related to the criminal prosecution. This may undermine the public's confidence in the impartiality of the proceedings. Obviously, they could call the deputy as a witness because of everything that happened. She was getting back shots from a goddamn co-defendant. So this is probably a good decision for Miss Ingram to recuse herself, honestly. While the court does not regard the aforementioned situation as creating any actual bias for or against any party to this case, the court does view this as a matter that could cause a reasonable person to question the court's impartiality and reasonably give rise to the appearance of impropriety should the court remain on this case. And then she cites Rule 2.1 of Georgia Code of Judicial Conduct that says judges shall disqualify themselves in any proceeding which their impartiality might reasonably be questioned. You've heard that a million times that Glanville did not do back in June 12th. Commentary 2 on that rule provides that judges should disclose on the record or in open court information that the court believes the parties or their lawyers might consider relevant to the question of disqualification, even if they believe there is no legal basis for disqualification. Thus, after careful consideration and consistent with CJC Rule 1.2, promoting public confidence in the independence and impartiality of the judiciary, and 2.11, the undersigned hereby recuses herself from this criminal action. I know Miss Ingram's like, phew, I did not want to deal with this shit show of a trial. Thank God my deputy was getting back shots from Mr. YSL Briss. Alright, shout out Thugger Daily for a lot of this information. He tweets, the new judge in the Young Thug case has been assigned. Here's Miss Whitaker right here. Source, I trust a lot. What's Judge Whitaker's reputation? They reply saying that's who Woody just pled his last case with. Former head of appeals with the DA's office. Fair, maybe lowest case count in the courthouse. Efficient. Her re-election fundraiser was hosted by 3 defense attorneys in the case, Brian Steele, Bruce Harvey, and David Botts. Apparently this is a very common thing. These little fundraisers are an opportunity for defense lawyers to just meet and greet with judges and become friendly with them and create trust and kind of a little bit of a friendship. It doesn't necessarily mean that she has to recuse herself. An old white woman residing over the case. Oh boy, we're cooked. Everyone said this about black women too. Sounds like y'all just hate humans or women in general. Twitter is so cooked right now, dude. It's the Wild West. I see racism every day on Twitter and dead bodies. Like, what the f is Twitter now? Here's YSL Briss that was giving out back shots to the deputy. Christian also shot this cop 6 times, once in the head. 2021, he was wanted for a connection to armed robbery, stole someone's Rolex at gunpoint. Then he stole someone's car 3 months later. The team tracked him down to Old Hapeville Road around 1:15 p.m. As officers tried to take Eppinger in custody, investigators said he began scuffling with Officer Rogers, eventually taking out a gun and shooting him 6 times. One of those bullets struck the back of the officer's head, and somehow he got bond. I mean, come the fuck on. How does this person get bond? What a disaster. I think he also held a mother at gunpoint in front of her child, but that could be someone else. Not 100% sure. So this guy's a savage, and he was giving out back shots. So honestly, kind of hard. Like, he could be a rapper, and everyone think he's the real deal. So yeah, we got a 3rd judge on the YSL trial. Complete disaster. I think this case is going to be dismissed or something, honestly, within like a week or 2. I don't know how they're going to have a new judge, jury come back in, and we act like everything's normal. And then they're going to have to unwind days of Woody's testimony. Like, how are they going to do that? Don't be surprised if Miss Whitaker recuses herself tomorrow. If I was her, I'd be trying to find anything that could get me off this case. Honestly, I don't want to touch this case. Complete disaster. Hit subscribe. Love you guys. Peace out.